Welcome to Traverse City State Park. The Traverse City State Park is a smaller state park. I think they said it's about 47 acres. And what's really different about this one is that it is what the state considers to be an urban park. And that is because it is right along the road. Across the road is Lake Michigan, but it is right in Traverse City. So you're coming through town, and as you're coming out of town along the lake, you do end up driving right past the state park. You can probably hear there's an airplane going overhead right now. There is a regional airport just a few miles away from here. So you are going to have some air traffic, no matter what time of year that you are here, that you're going to deal with in terms of some noise. It's hard to tell right now because of all the snow, but this is a row of campsites behind me. And then you have the road between, and then there's more campsites over there that are kind of packed into the middle. But because this is more of an urban park, what you will find is that these campsites that are here on the edge of the campground are across the fence from a main road. This is a state highway out here. The lake is on the other side of the road, but you are going to have vehicle traffic pretty much all the time. You're going to have that road noise, and in the summer, it's even busier out here than it is in the winter time. So something to keep in mind when you are booking your site, maybe think about getting further back into the park if you can. But again, this is a very popular park in the summer, so you're going to have to get those reservations in early if you want to get a prime spot that you want to be able to pick further back away from the road. Power poles here at Traverse City State Park appear to be shared between a couple of campsites. And what we're finding here, as we have found in several other state parks now, is they've got all the 20 amps on one side, and then they've got the 30 amps on the other. As we've seen in some other state parks already, the bathroom building has bathroom facilities, not open in the winter, but bathroom facilities, and they include individual shower stalls where you have your own door and your own shower area. So it's nice to have some additional privacy when you're showering, getting cleaned up. If you come up to the Traverse City area in the winter, there are plenty of places to get away, find some snow, have some fun, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing. They get a lot of snow up here in the winter usually. We're up here, actually, we were visiting with some family that live in this area, and I commented that the forecast for today calls for about 1.5 inches of snow. And Jesse's aunt said that doesn't even count as snowfall around here. It's not enough. So it's a big difference being up here in Northwest Michigan versus what we're used to in mid-Michigan, where 1.5 inches to 2 inches of snow, you know, these days, people consider that to be a pretty good snowfall. Up here, I think they call that snow showers nowadays. If you do want to come out and enjoy the Grand Traverse area in Traverse City in the wintertime, there are some mini heated cabins available here at Traverse City State Park as well. So there's an alternative for you if you want to enjoy the cold weather during the day, but have somewhere nice and toasty and in a building at night as opposed to being in an RV or a winter tent. Traverse City State Park is technically on Lake Michigan, and you do have a beach here, but it's a little bit different setup. For one thing, the beach and the water are across the road from the state park. So you have to cross the road, and there is a walkway, a pedestrian walkway. You climb the stairs, go up and over the main road, back down, and you're in the beach area. And I say it's technically on Lake Michigan. It's actually on part of the Grand Traverse Bay that comes off of Lake Michigan. So maybe I'm splitting hairs. It's technically on Lake Michigan. It's on a bay of Lake Michigan. You get the idea. But it's really different because you're in the campground, and then you have to walk and get across the road to get to the beach. So that means hauling all your stuff across, and that may be less convenient for some people, particularly since this walkway doesn't have any handicap access. So it's all stairway, and then you go across and stairway back down again. Something else to keep in mind. That's Traverse City State Park Campground right across the street and over the fence. So you got to use this walkway. I'm on the beach side now. You use the walkway to get across that main road, which as you can see is quite busy even in the winter. And when the tourist season hits, it's going to be really busy. So you got more noise, you got more traffic to contend with. But again, you're in the Traverse City area, so it's really beautiful. We've been here all times of year, and in the summer, it is a really special place. But you have to put up with more people, more traffic, more noise, that kind of thing, especially when you're in an urban park setting like this. You do still have beach access here. You have the Grand Traverse Bay, which leads out to Lake Michigan. It's not real private, and it's not real quiet because, again, even the beach is along this main road. And so, again, it's just something, depending on what you want to do. If you don't care, you want to get out to the beach, you want to enjoy the nice weather, then go for it in the summertime and don't worry about the noise and the traffic. But it's not quite as easy or quite as serene as some of the other state parks and beaches that you'll find in Michigan. On the beach side of the road, they've got some nice playground equipment and places to hang out for people. And I think part of that is this is not just for folks who are at the campground. This is the beach area of Traverse City State Park, but it is a separate area that you can just come in and do as a day use. If you wanted to come in and just hang out at the beach, there's separate entry here because you're across the road from the campground, and your state park permit gets you into this area as it would in any other state park. So that's how you pay for the parking, is either your annual pass or you buy a day pass. But it's basically open to anyone, not just those who are at the campground. So maybe keep that in mind as well. Because it is on a smaller footprint, you will find that many of the sites are much closer together. There's not a lot of privacy between them. And when we have been here in the summer, it is quite full. This is a very touristy area in the summertime, especially. And so you have a lot of people trying to use a little bit of space. You know, this place is almost always full. People like it, I think, in part because it is so conveniently located to Traverse City, where there is a ton of stuff to do, especially in the summertime, from festivals to the lake and the beach and just all kinds of different things you can do downtown with the shops and the restaurants and breweries. There's just a ton of things to do in town, and it is a great tourist area in the summer. You can go up a couple of the different peninsulas. There's Old Mission Point, where you can see a lighthouse. There's a Leelanau Peninsula over here. So there's a lot of different places to catch wineries. This whole Grand Traverse area is really beautiful and a great place to hang out in the summer if you don't mind some crowds.